Memory. What is memory? The human brain is a very complex phenomenon. Happens to be one of the more complex parts of the human body, as well as in the entire universe. So what does memory do? Well, we know that it plays a role in our daily activities, helping us remember personal aspects of our lives, recall common knowledge, and automatic processes. It is essential in developing aspects of personality and our cognitive functions. So as said, the brain is one of the more complex parts of the human body and a living structure in the universe. The interior white matter of the brain provides most of the brain structure and communications. Gray matter that surrounds the white matter provides most of the actual computation and thinking functions. 80% of it consists of H2O, with 10 to 12% of fatty lipids, 8% protein, thus accounting for 2% of the overall body weight. As seen in these diagrams, the cerebellum plays a role in balance, motor control, attention, language, emotions, and procedural memory processes. The cerebral cortex has the prefrontal cortex that processes short-term memories and retains long-term memories. The temporal lobe forms long-term memory. The brain consists of thousands upon thousands of kilometers of myelinated axons. Small glands are involved in the processing of memories. The hippocampus happens to be an important part of memory function, specifically short-term memory and long-term memory, and balancing spatial memory behaviors. This is one of the few areas capable of growing new neurons. However, this is impaired by stress. Looking here, we see that the basal ganglia and the striatum are important for formation and retrieval of procedural memory. Look at this diagram, look at this image here. The pasta-shaped gland is the hippocampus. As I mentioned before, the hippocampus plays a role in memory function, especially short-term and long-term memory, and spatial memory behaviors. All right. The basal ganglia and the amygdala are also anxiety-controlling glands. As shown in this diagram here, we see that the amygdala is attached to the hippocampus, which forms in the center part of the brain. So human memory is made up of 3 distinct memory functions. We have the sensory, the short-term memory, also known as working memory, long-term memory, which is a lifetime memory, and that breaks down into the explicit memory and implicit memory, which also breaks further down to declarative, broken down into episodic and semantic. And breaking off of implicit, we have procedural memory. There are several steps involved in memory processes. This includes the perception of stimuli, encoding, engramming, consolidation to long-term potentiation, storage, recognition, and recall. This is all applied when you see an image of, say, luscious green grass. Well, that image is perceived, encoded, engrammed, consolidated. It's stored, and it's later on recalled. Images here, time and time again, pop up into our minds, but we wonder why. This is because of the processes I described in this film. However, there are memory disorders that play a major role that affect the mind. Many types of these disorders can be caused by age-related, alcohol, Alzheimer's, amnesia, autism, dementia, HIV, Parkinson's, schizophrenia, and etc. Okay. So it's very vital in keeping up memory and maintaining our memory processes so as we age, we can slow down the risks of contracting various diseases. What is memory? What is memory?